On January 5th, 1825, on a bitter cold day, a young Alexandre Dumas, soon to be famed playwright and novelist and current son of Thomas Alexander, who was once one of Napoleon's generals, fought in his first duel. During the duel, Dumas successfully defeated his opponent and avoided death, but according to his memoirs, not before having his pants fall down and all presented having a good laugh at him. The duel in question was instigated a few days before when Dumas was having dinner at the Palais Royal with a group of his friends. After eating, they decided to head out to smoke and play billiards at a local cafe. While at that cafe, a soldier made a joke about Dumas' cloak and boots. Like any good Frenchman of the day, Dumas immediately ran away. But in reality didn't take this slight in his honor lightly, and a duel was set for a few days later, much to the chagrin of Dumas' friends, who didn't fancy him going up against a trained soldier. Dumas proceeded to practice shooting with his second and proved a good shot, but this turned out for naught as it was decided that the duel would be fought with swords. Luckily, Dumas was a decent enough fencer, though his confidence in this arena was much less than with a gun. At the appointed time, Dumas showed up for the duel armed with his father's sword, but his rival was nowhere to be found. After further investigation, it was discovered that his opponent had slept through the time of the duel, so it was rescheduled for the following day at a quarry in Paris. On the day of the duel, it was extremely cold and there was significant snow on the ground. Once a suitable location in the quarry was chosen, Dumas' opponent asked for Dumas to take off not only his jacket, but also his vest and shirt. While doing this, Dumas also removed his suspenders, at which point his pants fell down due to the belt buckle being broken. A crowd of quarry workers that had gathered had a good laugh at Dumas' expense over this, but this time he was at least sensible enough not to challenge them all to duels. Rather, he simply tied up his pants with his suspenders and the two opponents fought. Once the duel began, Dumas immediately landed a strike on his opponent's shoulder, at which point the man tripped on a root and fell after jumping back in surprise and shock at how cold the blade was, having just sat in the snow while Dumas was undressing. Now on the ground, rather than continue the duel, the soldier yielded and the duel was over without anyone being killed or seriously injured. This is lucky for us, as The Count of Monte Cristo particularly is a phenomenal book, my personal favorite of any I've ever read, and it would have been a shame for Dumas to die at that young age of 23 and not have the chance to pen that work, along with some aid from ghostwriter Auguste Maquet some 19 years later.